So I called him and said, look, this is why I did it. I don't expect you to understand. Like, you can see it as a blood out, but like, I'm just telling you, this is why I did it. It was to stay to my word, and that's what I felt was right. He was kind of saying to me that that ain't the Sparky he knew, and that like I fucked up, and like I know that people, like he knows that people in the gang don't agree with what I did. Basically saying like, he was saying he was kind of just saying like, nah, you didn't do a good move. You're trying to make the Mandem a Southside gang. Like that's not what it is. I told him like, me and him both know that's never gonna happen. Like, just because he got shot for walking, and like me staying to my word doesn't mean that the Mandem's just gonna become this soulless like meat grinder, you know? Like
that's a good point.
That would never happen. I don't think that can only ever happen if like it was stripped of all of its history and members and just completely started as something that it isn't right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was what he said, and I kind of kept going back and forth with him, being like, look, I'm not gonna sit here and try and convince you that you need to understand why I did it. This is for me. Like, I needed to get this off my chest and tell you why. Then I was kind of saying, because he kind of did a little like gaslight where he was trying to imply that people had been talking to him about them not agreeing with what I did, and I was like, look, I know what you're trying to do, but I'm already aware of like that you've spoke to people. I'm already aware that, you know, you're having texts, you're calling people, you're meeting up with people. I'm aware of this. And I said, like, I know you're trying to play into the ones who you think, like, trying to play into the ones who are more in disagreement and weaker with where they stand. And then he was like, well, I've called everyone, and kind of tried to make it seem as if I was calling everyone weak, but that's obviously not what I meant. I just meant he's going to the people who are unsure, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was saying, like, I know you're playing these mind games. Like, I can't blame you. I'd do the same thing. Like, it's the obvious route. It makes sense. That's what I would do. And he was like, I'm not playing mind games. I'm not even trying to do that. It's not about that. And I was like, you can say that, but that is what you're trying to do. Like, even with the tone he was having with me, like, he was trying to kind of like trip me over my own words in a way, you know, and like make me say things that I didn't mean. And then he was like, oh well, you keep telling me I'm playing mind games. Like, if you want me to play mind games, I'll play mind games. I was like, well, you already are. And he was like, no, I'm not. Like, do you want me to play mind games? And I was like, you already are. And he was like, do you want me to? And I was like, go on then, because he already is. You know? And then
yeah,
an hour later, Ved gets caught lacking.
And we go and save him.
Yeah.
Going Sandy.
But that's like the whole of the conversation.
Was Ved good, by the way? Because I don't know. I just heard that they got him. Me and you went to...
I think he was shaken up.
We went to that corner shop.
Yeah, I think
oh
he
yeah,
was
Petard
shaken
say
up.
that. Petard said he was cold and shaking.
Yeah. Thing is, James, I'm not going to hide it from you. The situation that made was not necessarily the smartest choice for the gang. The money being taken was 100% not a good choice for the gang. I've spoken to Petard about this, and he's more than open to accept responsibility for that as an individual. I don't think it's fair that we just cast it all on him.
No, I mean, as I've said the whole time, like, I don't know. The thing is, I can't really blame you because I wasn't awake, right? I said I had a meeting with a few of the boys earlier in the day to when you shot him that we shouldn't have shot him. But I don't even know. I don't think that was ever even said to you because I had to go to sleep. So.
The last thing that was left with me is I had a conversation with the boys. There was Winston and Els who was telling me they would do it if I didn't, and then there was Denzel and a couple others saying that I shouldn't, and I left it with them as I'm going to think about it. And then that ultimately was the same night that I was put in a high pressure situation and did what I did. Like I said,
exactly. Yeah, you made a judgment call at the end of the day.
I didn't make the best decision for the gang. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that, and I'm aware that, like, I'm not going to shy away from that because I need to be honest and transparent with you lot as a leader, and I want you all to know that you can make mistakes. Like, don't be defined by your mistakes. You can making them. I would rather you make a mistake than do nothing, because a lot of the time, you know, to take the action to do something that is a mistake, you have to make a move, and that's better than just not doing anything.
Yeah.
So I'm aware that it wasn't necessarily the best move, but I'm also aware that we're already in this situation, and that now more than ever we need to all come together to push and to be there for each other, and just to keep going, elevate each other, build.
Yeah, 100%. I've been saying this. Like, some of the shit that happened was dumb as fuck, but we can't change it now, so it is what it is. You just gotta move past it. I was saying.
Yeah, brother.
I want you to hear the same thing, Saint. I just said to James, I'm just being honest with everyone. I'm very well aware that the decision that I made was not the best decision for this gang. And I'm not going to shy away. Yeah. And I'm not going to shy away from, like, the mistakes. I'm going to stand by the fact it's already happened, because ultimately I can't rewind time and go and change it. But I want everyone to be able to feel like they can make mistakes. No one's perfect. We're all going through a lot of shit. And it might not have been the right move. And taking the gold definitely wasn't the right move. And Patar's aware of that. I told him this. And he's more than happy to just take the blame. But I've told him, like, we're not just going to cast him like that. Like, after everything. There's been ups and downs of everyone, but we're never just going to leave one person.
Also do literally nothing. Like, there's no point in it.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But I just want everyone to know that I'm aware of it. But we just have to keep moving.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, like, obviously, like, you did what you did, and I think it's just kind of like in the past, you know what I mean? I think now it's just kind of like we just take care of what's at hand now.
Can I ask you a question, Saint?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can talk to me?
Yeah, I just have a tendency to not state my opinion, because I feel like if I state my opinion, then not a lot of people either understand it or agree with it, and if, like, because I've had instances where I have stated my opinion, or, like, I have asked questions and people, like, either don't listen to me or, like, I come at me in some sort of energy. But, like, Jay will say the same thing as me, and people won't come at him in that kind of energy, or, like, people will, like, listen to him.
Yeah. I appreciate the honesty, and I don't want that to be a thing. I want you to know that, like, I value hearing your side, and that goes for everyone, but, like, I want to make sure you, like, because I know it's no secret, like, you can be quiet at times, and I want to make sure that is not you just not voicing what you think.
I appreciate that.
Because I do want to listen. I do care.
I appreciate that. It's just, like I said, it's just gonna take a bit, because I think I'm so used to just not saying my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, though, right? Like,
Mandem.
it's not just you that thinks that, because Jay, the thing is, people are everyone's different, you know what I mean? Like, Jay, if you say some dumb shit to Jay, it'll bite your head off. Like, you know, it'll bite back. If I think you're saying dumb shit to me, I'll chat shit back to you. But, like, you know what I mean? I know that you're very different, where if someone says something, you'll kind of, like, you won't shout back at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That might be why you think people are coming out with energy, because it's like if someone goes from speaking to Jay straight to speaking to you, they're still gonna be on the energy from when they were speaking to Jay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Jay and I had this, like, conversation yesterday.
Oh.
Like, I have the capability of biting back on people, but I don't want to, like, have that energy. You know what I mean? Because at one point in time in my life, I did have that energy to everyone, and, like, I didn't like myself when I did that. So I
also think it's not on you to necessarily have to do that to be heard. It should be on everybody else, actually. Like, it's a respect thing, right? That's what it boils down to. You shouldn't have to bite back to be heard, or to have your opinion respected.
Yeah.
And I want to make a point of that being a thing for, like, the people. I think there's a few people in the gang that it's like if you're not, I think sometimes we fall victim to, if you're not super outspoken, you just kind of get brushed under the rug, and I want to cut that.
Yeah.
Because that's just not a good way to run. That's like part of the reason why it can be so divisive sometimes, because everyone's opinion is equal.
Problem is, that's also what makes meetings go on for 12 hours long.
Yeah, but
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but there's two aspects to it. It's hearing out everyone's opinion, and then there's respecting everyone's opinion equally. Like, you don't have to sit there in a circle and listen to every single person's opinion on something that a decision's already been made on, but you should respect their opinion. And it's not even about the meetings. It's like on the radio, if someone makes a call, it's not necessarily the right call, but you go with their thing, you know, you follow what they want to do, you back it.
Yeah. I appreciate it, SK.
It's alright. I just want to make sure that I just don't want people to see it as like, because I know what I did is cold, and trust me, I feel that every night that I'm not sleeping, but I still am here.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's really all that matters, to be fair. Can't really, like you said, you can't really change what happened, like what you did. Just...
Hello, and dog.
Yeah.
We're at the block. Block.
The bull.
Yeah. You don't wait you like that.
Did Matt ask why I didn't answer? Can you tell him it's because I was smoking a cigarette, and every time I light a cigarette, I have to put it out after 2 pulls because I get a phone call.
Yeah, he's just said that the reason he's not having to say it is just because he doesn't fuck with you like that.
Wow. James Moulding stirring. Wow. Really, James? After everything?
We're right here, mate.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's what you're doing right now after that conversation?
Yeah,
you're
that's
just going to go and do that?
Yeah.
He said, I'm chefing. Please.
He said, yo, I didn't answer because I would just lit a cigarette,
Sorry,
man, and I
sorry.
didn't want to put it out.
Why are we standing in a bush?
Sometimes you got to blend in.
Yeah.
Get
Oh.
grounded.
Oh. What's the motive?
Wherever we want it to be. The world is our oyster.
Oh. Oh.
Everyone needs to be really careful, though,
Wait, why?
tonight. Oh, yeah, I need to tell you that as well. Sorry, I feel like at the moment it's so much talk, but, like, we are in quite a talking era, I guess. Basically, Saint, last night, so I reached out to T, and I texted him, and I said, let's talk. Because I wanted to get off my chest the reasonings for what I did, because I felt like everyone had an opportunity to kind of say to him why, but I hadn't. And like, it was eating away at me that I had done that and he didn't really know why. So I called him, or he called me, in fact. And I basically said to him, look, I just want to tell you why I did what I did. I don't expect you to, you know, agree with it or want to hear it. This is more for me getting it off my chest. I just need to tell you. So I said, I shot you because I was staying to my word, and I felt like at the time that was what I needed to do for the gang. And he kind of said, I respect that less than if it was a blood out. And I was like, I know you're seeing it as a blood out. To me, it wasn't a blood out, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter what it was or what the label is, because the action's actioned, you know? The label doesn't really matter, I guess. So I told him that. He then kind of started saying about how there's people in the gang who don't back what I did, and I said, look, I'm aware of that. Like, I know there's people who don't agree with what I did, and ultimately I did what I did because I thought it was right. And he was kind of gaslighting a little bit in the way of making me think that there was conversations going on that I didn't know of, and like people being like, you know, misleading or whatever, which I said to him, I was like, I'm aware that people are having conversations with you. Like, I know the mind games and stuff like that it's not something that I don't know. I said to him, I said, I know you're going to people who you feel like might have more disagreements than others, because you know the Steve thing as well, right? Where Steve spoke to Solomon, planted a seed, and then T messaged him like, 20 minutes later. You know about that?
Kind of.
Basically, Steve made it seem to Solomon like he was very unsure about the situation, and then T messaged him shortly after. He spoke to Solomon saying, "I hope Patar's told you everything." So it was like kind of strange how it lined up like that. So like I said, like I know you're speaking to the people who you think disagree with me the most and aren't in favor of it the most, referencing those kind of situations. And he said like, well, I've been texting everyone. So do you feel that everyone is like weak like that? And kind of just felt like he was trying to gaslight me into making me think that I'd said the gang is weak, which is obviously not what I was saying. What I was saying was that he's going for the people who he thinks are going to be more against the decision. I've said from the start, like, I don't mind if people are against the decision. I don't want everyone to get in a line and go, we agree with you, Sparky. Like, it's not like that.
Yeah.
So he said that, and then I was just saying, like, I know what you're trying to do here. Like, it's very mind gamey. Like, even how he's speaking to me right now, it's very mind gamey. And he was like, I'm not playing mind games. I'm not playing mind games. I said, I know what's going on. Like, you can tell me you're not, but you're trying to do it to me right now. And then he was like, if you want me to play mind games, I can play mind games. And I was like, you already are. And he said, no, if you want me to play them, I can play them. And I said, all right then, go on.
Oh boy.
And then Ved got kidnapped an hour later.
Huh?
By Tommy.
Huh?
Which, now I'm thinking about it, is a lot less of a mind game. More a physical advancement. But yeah, what's up,
Yeah,
man?
I feel bad.
Oh.
When I didn't realize Ved got kidnapped and
Hyper, thank you for the prime.
I was with him when we went to rob a bank, and I was like, just go to the block, I'll get everything ready, I'll meet you at the block, I'll literally drive straight there. He got kidnapped and he wasn't here, and I rang him 3 times and he wasn't answering. I assume he ejected, so I texted him. Deadwood is a compliment at this point.
Bro, what?
What the fuck?
Then I found him 20 minutes later on the side of a river.
Brother.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
You fucking dickhead.
Bro, imagine he's just in handcuffs and imagine he had his Siri on and it announced the fucking text to him and T. From Matthew Anton.
Imagine he's just a handcuffed and
Deadwood
he
is a
just reads.
compliment at this point. Bro, like what?
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad afterwards. It was kind of comedic though, but I thought he just ejected, bro.
That is
I
not a
just thought
joke,
this
mate.
guy's useless,
I can't believe
bro.
you do that.
It's kind
to
of
be
hard
honest.
to know what had happened to him.
It should have
in
been you
fairness,
instead.
But, I mean, that's harsh even if he had just ejected, to be honest. That's a you and him thing to sort out, I guess. But yeah, T grabbed him from the block, I believe. Took my car, like took him in my car because he was driving my car up to Cassidy Trails. We tracked it, found Ved on the side of the road in cuffs. T had taken his chain and like shook him up, I think, and didn't shoot him or anything, but robbed him of the chain and left him there. And then put my car in the water, so we weren't able to find him. But he is making like actual steps towards us now. So I think what he's gonna try and do is say very much like, this is because of Tara and Sparky. Which, if I'm being honest with you lot, maybe it is. And I'm sorry if it is that way. But we got good people getting hurt.
Wait, is that what he told like Ed, or is that kind of like?
That's what Patar kind of. That's the vibe Patar gave me, yeah. And then Patar has had a conversation with Ved afterwards. And Ved said to Patar that he needs time until everything's sorted out. So I don't know where he stands. But apparently he's away. I didn't really get too much detail. Apparently he's not dipped out from the gang. It's not like he's still got... I mean, he hasn't got a chain because T's got it. But apparently he's still in the gang. He said he's just dipping out until shit's sorted. But I'm not gonna lie, it's very easy to walk away when we're in a tough situation.
I don't really rate that, I can't lie. Like, personally, if I got my chain snatched, I'd be doing everything I could to get it back.
Or walked away when he got his, like, was he expecting us to go fight for his chain when he's not willing to fight for it himself? Like,
I mean, I guess it just depends on what he was actually like. I mean, we don't know. I mean, do we know exactly like everything that he talked about?
No, I don't
So,
have
I mean,
detail on that.
Yeah, I mean, there very well could be some sort of conversation they had on, you know, that maybe, I don't know, that makes him feel that maybe he should walk away. I don't know. I mean, we don't really know the details, so it's kind of hard for us to sit there and judge him because of that, you know?
I feel like to an extent,
I don't think
Fed
it's
is
very hard to
like,
judge him.
you see like a mom and a dad when they're going through a divorce, and the kid just doesn't understand the differences and just wants them to get back together. Feels like that a bit.
the thing is, though,
That's some bitch made shit, bro, I'll be real.
I spoke to him. I spoke to him, yeah. James really threw me off.
He threw me off as well.
I spoke to him, and like, I explained to him why we can't just drop everything and why we can't make amends, bro. And he agreed with me, but then he still seems to not understand. Like, I explained to him, even if we give him all the gold back, bro's still demanding 15, 20 mil that we don't have.
I said to Patar today as well, like, I want to make it very, very clear. Anything that I speak to about anyone is going to be open to everyone. So, like, I also spoke to Patar today, and I said, I'm going to be honest with you. In my head, I've never really, like, the whole time he took that gold, as soon as I heard he'd taken it for the personal reasons, I was obviously going to back it as a gang thing because I didn't want to throw him under the bus. But I always knew in my head that at some point it would be either given back or just left. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, as the Mandem, I don't think we should want that shit.
Say that again? Your throat went all, I don't know.
Ever since he
throaty
took
or
the
some
gold,
shit.
I knew there would come a time. Like, I knew we were never going to keep it. Is it like, regardless of the situation, that money he took is never going to be spent. That gold he took is never going to be changed into cash or whatever. It was always just there as something to have. But as the days go on, I feel like it's less and less important. Because the issue is already there, right? It's blood money, in a way.
It's leverage, though.
It
That's
is
what we
to
need
an
to see it
extent.
as.
And
Why
that's
the fuck
why
we
we're
need leverage,
holding it.
bro?
That's why we're holding
if
it
he
on the
starts hitting
off
us
chance
with
that it
something
is
we can't
leverage.
take.
But it also
Exactly
is
why we're
just,
holding it.
it's also leverage because we needed to rationalize why we have it.
Like, bro, there's gonna be a bunch of reasons. Like, bro, we don't know what he's planning on hitting us with. And like, at some point, it might get to a point where we can't handle whatever he's hitting us with, and that's why we have the gold. To be like, yeah, we don't want that no more.
But that's
here's the
also
gold.
not true. I'm gonna be completely real with you, as I should. We have the gold because Batar made a move out of emotion, and we backed it as a gang.
Yeah.
It became
But
leverage
the reason we're holding it.
because he took it, and we had to have a reason to hold it.
Yeah, true. It makes more sense for us to keep it than to just get
But
handed over to
now,
him.
exactly, it became it. Now it is that because it has to be at this point. It's gone past like a. It's gone past just like a. Oh yeah, you can have that back. So now it is leverage.
So what we doing with the having veg chain?
Well, he's got leverage.
Exactly. I don't like how Ved's not willing to. Like, he's just dipping.
I don't know the full grasp of the situation, but if you, but my opinion on it is a lot of like, if you're gonna walk away when times are tough, then
You shouldn't be
how
when
can
times
you
are
be
good.
here when times are good?
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
but I'm also not going to make a judgment when I know probably about 3% of the conversation he had with T, and just his opinion in general. I haven't got to speak to him.
But yeah, you had Patar's recollection of the story, so.
And I told him he needs to stop lying, and he stops need to covering his tracks and being scared to get called out.
Thank God.
And being how he's being.
Yeah.
I said, there's one thing you need to. I said, there's one thing that will get you more respect from everyone than anything, and it's being honest. Even if you're wrong in what you've done, if you're honest about it, you're gonna come out a lot better than trying to hide your tracks and to a certain extent just like lying. Because he was that's his issue. He was trying to fucking keep everyone happy, but by doing that, he was just covering stuff up and not being straightforward.
That's what we need, though.
Exactly. I told him that. I know he's got his opportunity to change it.
I don't think it's intentional. It's a very much defense mode thing.
Yeah, it is. Everyone's got to be straight up with everyone, man. It's the best way we can be in a time like this. People make mistakes.
Yeah.
People make wrong decisions. You just have to have done it together, you know, as a group.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
You're...
And it is going to get hot. These next few days is probably going to be very tense, and there'll be movements made.
Yeah. I want to hear this laugh. I'll literally drive straight there. He got kidnapped and he wasn't here, and I rang him 3 times and he wasn't answering. I assume he ejected. So I texted him. Deadwood is a compliment at this point.
Bro, what?
What the fuck?
Then I found him 20 minutes later on the side of a river.
Bro, what's wrong with you?
Fucking...
Bro, she sounds evil.
Bro, imagine he's just in handcuffs and he get... Imagine he had his
Ruthless
civvy on.
is funny, bro.
Announce the fucking text for him and T.
And then she's just handcuffed and he just reads.
Bro, like what?
That's funny, bro. Yeah, I felt kind of bad afterwards.
Yeah, chilling.
That being said, I think we should put cameras on T's mansion.
What for?
Just surveillance. See if he's there, if he's waking up there, if he's speaking to anyone there, so that we can scope out what we're going to be dealing with.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, can do.
Goodbye, Mr. Soderbird.
I'm gonna go to the clothing store.
It's better to keep an eye on what's going on, you know?
Yeah,
Yo.
Yeah.
Eli Porter.
Dragon.
Steve does.
Stay.
Steve. Steven. Anyone want to do an allergy?
No.
Let me ask that question differently. Does anyone have an advanced lockpick?
No.
I do not.
Yeah, they're unacquirable at the moment. Huh?
No one's making them now. I can't find nowhere that
Yeah, nowhere sells them, bro.
It's fine.
They
We'll
know
just
what
get the
they're
bench
making.
back and then we'll be alright.
I don't think the bench is being used.
With that, by the way, have you spoke to Thingy?
No, he's not been able to come around the city for the last few days, but he's availing in his thing. He said he'll update me whenever he gets something, so.
I was even buying
Yeah.
cameras at the moment, bro. They're like they're in stock.
Maybe he's white. They're not in stock.
Huh.
If he is, he could spare some.
Yeah, we need a few.
Need a few of them.
I have
If
no
you- if
idea,
you
but that
can-
was just a random guess. But
If people can get their hands on cameras, get it, but make sure you're not buying it yourself, because we don't want them, like, we don't want people to be able to check, like, especially where we don't know where Hydra stand. If we go and buy 10 cameras from Rat Shack and they
Yeah, I thought we were
stand
cool with
with
Hydra.
T, we're not really sure right now. It's very up in the air. I've only had one conversation with them since everything happened, and they didn't really give me much.
Okay.
They've been fine with me though. Like I've been doing stuff with Hydra and like.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Me and James
Okay.
got into a shootout with 3 Hydra.
What, since this all happened?
Was right.
Pretty sure it was next day.
Nah, that was the Legion Square shooting, right?
Yeah, that was the next day after it all happened.
That was before
Yeah.
T got shot, no?
No, I think it was the day after.
Yeah, the day after. The day after.
Ultimately, it's going to boil down to Flippy and Miguel, innit?
Yeah.
I think anyone under them is not really going to be too arsed because they're the ones who are around and doing shit with you lot. And like,
I've spoke to Miguel
depends
yesterday
what
though,
they
and he
say.
seemed fine with me. I asked him
you
if
did?
I just called him, was like, is that you doing the S++? And he went, yeah. He was calm with me.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
well, that's a
spoke
good
to Miguel
sign, man.
yesterday.
And
as
he
well,
replied
actually.
to my tweet, and like he was like, I don't know, he ain't given like off vibes, so. I'd
Okay, that's
assume-
good then. Let's just be obviously prepared for whatever. But right now, we have no reason to doubt it. Then I guess. But even so, I would still be careful with the camera thing. Just out of safety.
I feel like that should be a precaution, full stop. You
We
know what I mean?
always take, yeah. If we're ever buying cameras, we should buy it from anywhere that is, like, get someone else to buy it so we can't be traced back to buying cameras.
You get Tatty to do it.
Yeah, Tatty or fucking anyone that's
People
a friend.
know I'm very linked to Tatty though. I feel like that's still bait. Like,
Not, yeah, you could do a step away from that. Just anyone who is fucking a friend of us, but is not going to be instantly tied to us.
That's the thing. Like, as long as it's not specifically us, it don't really matter. Because if it's Tatty, it could be us, it could be the Angels, it could be Hydra, it could be fucking anyone. Like, she's friends with loads of people. You know what I mean? Anyone like that's perfect.
You speak to Patar Els?
Wait, say that again?
Do you speak to Patar?
Yeah, I had a little conversation with him. Why?
Tell you about Ved?
Yeah, he said that Ved's like stepped away. He's on like a little vacation or some shit. I don't
Yeah, that's what he told me. We're not fully sure of
I
what that
don't-
means.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Anyone seen Ved since? Or like
Nope.
by text or anything? No?
No.
I really hope Ved doesn't step away as such, and it's like and he keeps streaming, because I can't lie, it's an opportunity for a cool arc, and I hope he's just distant with us doing his own thing, but at the same time I don't know what he really do if that's the case.
Because I can't run.
No.
Well, can't run, sorry, I drove off.
Bird.
Well, saying I'm out when it gets hard and then I'm in when it gets good
Yeah.
again. Yeah, no, agreed. I don't like that. I get if he wants like a
Ultimately,
day
the
for
only one who
himself,
knows
but
is him, innit?
if he's trying to like dip until it's all sorted, that doesn't sit right with me. If he wants like a day to himself, I'd get that, bro. Like I'd get that, but
Yeah, I agree. I
like
agree.
yeah. Especially when he's partly involved with what's gonna happen over the next few days. Like,
Bro, I don't even get taken a day off, bro. Like, SK didn't take a day off and he shot T. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shouldn't need a day off.
What is Ved's problem though? Like what's his main beef? Why is he stepped away?
The only
got
thing we
kidnapped.
know is that he got kidnapped by T and it shook him up.
Shit, yeah, I forgot about that. He said that T took his chain and everything.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that led to the decision that was made. It's gonna sound very peak. I'm gonna spit a hard truth. T is low key strengthening the gang subconsciously.
I mean, is he?
I don't know, I think he is.
what do you mean? What's that mean?
I think he's in too many people's heads right now.
I think,
I get what you were trying to say.
like, not necessarily strengthening the gang. Maybe I phrased it wrong, but I think
showing
he's
if someone's
showing
gonna dip,
people's
yeah.
true. What he's doing is this is how I mean it, right? He is showing people's truths and where people's loyalties lie.
Yeah, true.
That's what he's doing right now.
I'll be back. I'm gonna do a lighter blue. It's too bright. Hold on.
Yeah. Because I think the gang is very divided right now. But I do think he is identifying who lies where. Like, for the first time in a very long time, at least we can see who is aligned with what.
Hmm. Yeah, I hear that.
At the same time, fuck him because he kidnapped one of our members. Either way.
I mean, I'm saying fuck him because he put his chain down. Like, I don't care if I got kidnapped.
Eh?
I mean, he's alive, right?
Yeah, he still kidnapped Red though.
Yeah, cool, but I mean, that's fuck him anyway. Not fucking because he kidnapped Fed.
I guess I gotta say, I kind of get what you're on about.
I beg you, whoever Xenocide is, like, gets moved. Constant squealing's jarring, bro. Yeah, I don't know. People are showing true colors, though. You're right, Sparky.
Yeah.
What they're in the gang for.
Alright, I need to go buy a VPN.
W Eli. Okay, let's get out of here.